Hey guys, welcome back. PG Mining here with episode 2 of Let's Get Technical Unleashed. Now this episode, when we left off, we were actually planning on doing a bunch of Tinker's Construct stuff, and we did indeed get finished, and we're going to go ahead and plop down the part builder again, because right before I started this episode, I was actually blown up by a creeper, and I believe we found a little bit of coal down there somewhere, so we'll be getting that sometime this episode. But first off, I would like to go grab, I believe the bed is right where that pig is, and I'd like to grab that before we actually end up dying, because that's probably not good, and I do see a guy with golden armor right there, so probably do not want to head off in that direction, but we should be able to get our bed back with no issue, and then we can sleep through the night, and from there, we should be able to get a few things done this episode. I am hoping maybe we can get a good bit of iron, and we can start making some things to start with Tinker's Construct, but I would also like to get started with Buildcraft and all of those awesome things, because this season, we're definitely getting unleashed, just as the pack says, because I would like to do some pretty sweet stuff. So let's go ahead and plop our bed down. Let's see, can we do it in here? Yeah, let's go ahead and place our bed down in here. And as you see, I was blown up by a creeper right before I started this, which I feel like a derp for, but oh well. Alright, so I'm thinking our bed's going to go about in this corner, and hopefully that will set our spawn point. Let's go ahead and dig down here, because this is where the hole is blown up, as you can see. And there is a little bit of coal here, which we definitely need to go ahead and start getting, because it's going to be vital to our journey. So, let's see, let's grab out our stone pickaxe. And this episode, I'll actually be making a stone pickaxe for Tinker's Construct, as well as probably some other Tinker's Construct tools, which will be nice. And there's actually a lot more coal than I thought there was. I thought there were only those two top pieces, but I am not complaining at all, because we need a lot of coal, especially for solar panels and things like that. And do keep in mind, I do have compact solars. I do not have advanced solars, which means we're going to be needing uranium and all of those crazy things. Let me go ahead and show you guys what we're going to be needing. Let's go ahead and type in solar and undouble click that, and the highest solar panel that, oh, wait a second here, why? Okay, so apparently I have both installed, so that is actually pretty cool. So we can actually make ourselves the high voltage ones, but if we want solar panels that will actually work at night, what we can do is make these guys, and we should be able to take those and use these at night, because these are the ones that actually use uranium. But obviously we're going to be going for these guys first, because obviously they're a lot easier to make, and that is what is awesome about them. Now, we are going to need a good bit of tin to get started with those guys, but I'm thinking that it's not going to be all that hard now that we know pretty much where tin spawns. About 40 is where tin is, and you can get copper pretty high up, which is nice. About 70 up in mountains and things like that. You can get a pretty good amount of tin, which is rather nice. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I really would like to find some iron this episode so that we can go ahead and make some iron armor, because I definitely don't want to be dying all over the place like we generally are. And also, I would like to make, let's see, what is it called? Armor. Yeah, I think this is what it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh, yeah, it's power armor. So we're going to be making some power armor, but we're definitely going to need one of these power stations to get started with. So we're going to need to grab ourselves an emerald, which may mean that we're going to need to go hunting for ourselves a village. And if we are unable to find a village, we'll need to find a, what kind of biome is it? I forget. It's like a rolling hills biome, or it's one of those crazy biomes like that, and it is pretty hard biome to find unless you know where biomes are and you're crazy like that. So let's go ahead and dig our way out of here, or block our way out, and let's go ahead and patch this hole up. Now, hopefully we do not die again. And hello, Mr. Piggy, nice to see you, but I do need your stuff, so let's go ahead and make ourselves a furnace, and we should be able to cook up some food for us, which will be wonderful. Let's go ahead and place it in the corner where this lovely grass was growing, and let's, holy crap, how do we get 41 coal? Did we find coal before? I honestly don't know, but that's not all that bad, because that is a pretty good amount of coal to be starting off with. And this wood looks a little bit different. It looks kind of like honey. I'm not exactly sure what it is. We have maple planks, which is cool. So let's go ahead and start doing some things with Tinker's Construct. So the first thing that you're really going to need is going to be the part builder, the stencil table, the pattern chest is kind of optional, and now we have ourselves a part builder. Now, obviously, you want your pattern chest next to the part builder, so you can just go ahead and take one and place place it down right there and then place your material there. But I'll be demonstrating that here shortly. So what you're going to also want is going to be blank patterns. Now obviously you can do this with anything you would like, but you just want to use some wooden planks and some sticks to make these guys. So that is a blank pattern. Now right now I do have 2 of those, so I'm thinking what I should do is make a few more. Now wood is going to be a pretty necessary thing to get started with this mod, but once you have it, you're not really going to need all that much wood anymore. Okay guys, sorry about that jump cut. My mic or my recording program, I think it lagged out. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but what I did right before it actually messed up was I placed a blank pattern right here, and I just went ahead and pressed next and pulled out a pickaxe head pattern. Now the next thing we're going to need is going to be easily found by going straight over. Do we have 2 part builders? Yeah, we made 2 part builders last episode, which I just now realized because we actually need 1 more item. And let's go ahead and pull out our materials and U book. That way I can easily figure out which item we are missing. I believe we're missing ourselves a tool station, I think is what we do not have. Let's see. Yeah, the tool station is what I meant to make, and I'm not exactly sure why I did not do so. So let's go ahead and make sure we know the recipe for it, and then we're going to make ourselves a tool station. So as you see, we do have ourselves, or I believed that we had ourselves one, but let's go ahead and make ourselves another crafting table, and we're just going to place a blank pattern on top of this, and now we have ourselves a tool station. So I believe this is going to need to be moved really quickly, so let's move this, and let's also move this, and let's just go ahead and place our pattern chest here and our stencil table right there. So that is great. Now we have all of that good stuff, and we also have ourselves an extra part builder, which we can place somewhere else in the later time. Alright, so as you see, what we're going to need is a tool binding and a handle in order to make ourselves our first Tinker Construct pickaxe. So that is going to be a little bit easier than you would think. Let's go ahead and go to our stencil table, and let's place in another stencil. As you see, we already have our pickaxe head, but we're going to need the tool binding as well as a, I believe, let's see, where is it? This is a wide guard pattern. This is a handguard pattern. I'm looking for, what did I say that we were looking for? We're looking for the handle. Now, the handle, I don't believe is actually called the handle in one of these. So let's see. There's this shovel, the axe, and I believe that's the sword blade. So why are we not seeing the, okay, so wide guard, handguard. I don't actually, there we go. The tool binding pattern is what we're also going to need. And then what we should be able to find is, I believe it's not that one, but it's pretty close to this one. That's a tough tool rod. That is a tough binding, and we are pretty close, I am thinking. Let's see, that is not it, but it's a straight up and down one that looks just like this, and the tool rod is actually what we were needing. So let's go ahead and place ourselves everything that we're going to need. Let's say a pickaxe head, and let's go ahead and grab ourselves a stone pickaxe, and what we should be able to do is throw this into our pattern chest. Now you can easily access it there. As you see, that's why you place your pattern chest directly next to your part builder. Let's go ahead and place down our tool rod pattern, and as you see, you'll get a stone rod as well as a stone shard. Now you can't actually use like metals for this quite yet. I'll be having to show you guys how we do that in a few of the later episodes. So let's go ahead and place in our stone binding as well, and what we're going to do is boom, and we should be able to pull you and a boom. So now we have ourselves a stone binding, and we have everything we need to make pickaxes. So let's go ahead and throw that down and come over to our tool station, and what we should be able to do is place our stone binding there, our stone rod there, and these will actually stack, and you don't really need those for anything that I'm aware of. I'm sure they're used for something, but I'm not quite sure yet. And let's say first pick, or let's say PG, okay, can we not rename it? Yeah, there we go, PG pick, there we go, stone. Nope, let's say like V1 or something. There we go. So now we have ourselves the PG Pick V1, and it's actually stone bound, which means, I believe, let's see, it's going to break, and we're actually going to be able to use it. I'm not sure if that's what it means, but we're only able to mine iron. And the durability, as you see, is 65, which is a little bit less than normal, but that's no big deal. What we should be able to do is come over here, and it is pretty much awesomer than all of the other pickaxes that you're able to make in vanilla. Even the iron ones, I believe, because you have the ability, once it breaks, you're actually able to make another one just as easily by placing yourself a You just have to use the material that you used, and you're just going to place it right next to it, and just that easily, you're going to have yourself another pickaxe, which is pretty dang cool. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to mine all the way down to bedrock, and I'm actually going to strip mine a little bit and see if I can find myself a little bit of iron. And if I do find some, I'm not actually going to mine it. I will do that on screen, and then we will be back in a sec. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alrighty guys, we are back, and some very exciting things happened while we were gone. Now, I did actually go ahead and grab a few things that I didn't say I was going to grab, and the things are actually a few pieces of tin, a few pieces of copper, and I actually found a few diamonds. I think there's another one down there, but my iron pick broke, and I was unable to collect the last one, and there was also an emerald, I think, that I still need to go grab because I don't have my iron pick. So, as you see, I got about 41. Actually, we got 52 iron out of that mining expedition, and as you can see, I did actually finish the house, and I planted a few trees just because I wanted some trees to be all over the place, and I needed a bunch of wood in order to be able to finish the house. Now, these heart doors are, it's a long story, but the eucalyptus tree, which is this right here, the eucalyptus wood, is actually a pink sort of wood. As you can see right there, it says the pink wood, and when you make a door out of it, it turns into hearts, so I felt that that was fitting that I put that there. I don't know, but I have heart doors, which is kind of funny, and I have pink wood, so that's awesome. And also, I was actually going down in the mine. I'll go ahead and show you guys the mine here in a sec. Let me go ahead and eat some of the food. I was in the mine, and I found this zombie, and he was just, like, smacking the crap out of me. And let's see, did I get everything out of here? Yeah, he was smacking me, and so I kill him. I had I think I had, what kind of sword was it? It was a stone sword. I didn't have an iron sword because I didn't make anything. I made an iron shovel, and I made an iron pick, and those were the only two iron things that I made. But as you can see, I did strip mine somewhere here, and I couldn't find any iron, so I just continued down, and I found, I think I found some monazite ore right there, and then coal there, and then right here is where I found my very first iron. It was right here. There were about 8 pieces, and then I continued down, and I found a little bit more about right here, I believe, and then I continued on, and I figured out that there was a cave, because as you can see on my mini-map, and then I followed this, and I kept running. Let's see, let's keep following. There was tin and iron and stuff all over these caves, and I actually don't have what I was planning on grabbing, but as you see, we have a bunch of awesome stuff down here, so let's keep on going. And I do have all my iron on me, so we're just gonna go ahead and make ourselves a crafting table really quickly, and let's make ourselves a little bit of sticks real quick, and we should be able to make ourselves another iron pick. I think I've exhausted about 3 of these so far, so this is my 3rd iron pick. And as you can see, I dug all around, and let's see, yeah, we only get 1 emerald out of this, but no big deal because, hey, all we need really is 1 emerald, and I was actually cooking up stone for the floor, so that's how I have stone. Just for any of you that would be skeptical. So yeah, I did block all this off, and there was actually a giant waterfall here, and I blocked it off because there was just lava all over the place. I believe there's still lava. Yeah, there's still lava under here, but I did block it off so that I would not fall in. And I think we may need a little bit more redstone. I don't think I got quite enough redstone, but we can go ahead and grab some of that later on. But I would like to grab this one other diamond. I wasn't paying attention when I was mining, and I actually broke it. I did want to get the first diamond on screen, but I didn't manage to do that. Now, that zombie that you actually saw, or the zombie that I killed, was a zombie, and he was a little bit special. There is a mod called Darkcraft, and if you don't know about it, let's see, we should be able to go to mod, and then we should be able to go down to Darkcraft, and as you see, here are, or there were, all of the things that are in Darkcraft. Now, I'll go over them, so there's no point in really looking at them one by one, but all you really need to know is where this bag came from. So this bag was actually dropped by a zombie, and the main thing that I really am excited for are these steel pants, because steel is pretty hard to get, and you're going to need a blast furnace for it, I believe. Let's see, is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. So yeah, we're going to need that, but we don't really have one yet, so it's nice that we have ourselves some pretty early in-game pants. Now, if you also haven't noticed yet, What I went ahead and did is I made myself quite a few stone picks. Now, I made all of them Tinker's Construct picks because these picks are actually easily repaired, and just to start with, they only take 3 pieces of stone, but to repair them, they only take 1 piece, which is really cool because instead of wasting a lot, you're actually just wasting a few pieces of stone, so that is nice. And I'm actually going to head back upstairs now that we have our diamonds and things like that, and I just wanted to show you guys the cave where I actually got everything, and I'll return and make sure that I clean it completely out. I believe I did clean that all the way out, and I can grab that uranium and stuff when I get back, but I didn't have a pickaxe at the time, and I really wanted to have a house, and so I went ahead and planted the trees that you saw upstairs. And yeah, the zombie was right here, and I'm like, where did this bag come from? And then I'm like, hey, I think that zombie dropped it. And then I went ahead and looked up Darkcraft, and I was like, you know what, that zombie dropped that, and it's like a 1 in 25 chance that you're actually going to get one of those, so that is a pretty low chance, but it was awesome that I did. And this farm here, I went a little bit crazy, because I was kind of angry that bone meal didn't work, and and I was like, you know what, I'm going to chop down a bunch of oak trees, and I'm just going to come back home, and I am going to plant the crap out of those. And so that's what happened, and now I'm like level 20 because I've been smelting and grabbing coal and all that crazy stuff. But what I really would like to do is go ahead and make ourselves a few more chests because we are running out of room very quickly. We should be able to make 2 out of that wood, and I'm thinking what we're going to do is continue spreading them out sort of like that, but I'm going to make this one a double one because this is our goodies. Let's go ahead and place you. And now what we should be able to do is actually get started with some pretty cool stuff. Now, I would really like to get started with some of the awesome Tinker's Construct stuff, of course, but currently we can't do that quite yet. But what we can do is get started making a few machines. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some tree taps, and I actually managed to venture off and find ourselves a few of the trees that we're going to need. Now, we do actually have a little bit of rubber, but that is from a different mod, and I sort of would like to have ourselves a, slime. Did I kill that slime? I don't even know. But I would like to have some of the legitimate trees that are actually from the mod that we're working with. Now, obviously, these bars right here will work. Now, these are from the, what mod is that from? I really need to remember that mod because it is a crucial mod to this. It is Mine Factory Reloaded. It's a Mine Factory Reloaded tree, and we really need that for some cool stuff, but also we can grab the normal rubber from the, what mod is that? Buildcraft or Industrial Craft. I believe those are Industrial Craft trees, so that's really what we are looking to get. So as you see, I do have 2 tree taps. Let's go ahead and throw some of our other stuff in here. We don't need that. We can go ahead and throw all of this good stuff in there. And let's see, now all we have is this. Now, the last thing that I really would like to make is going to be a axe. And so what I'm going to do is run over here and see what we need to make an axe. So we need an axe head and a handle, which I believe I threw away a handle earlier because I wasn't paying attention, so that wasn't good. But let's go ahead and make ourselves a handle. And can I use stone? Yeah, okay. Alright, so now we have that, and I'm also going to need an axe head. Now, this should function just like the pickaxe that I had. Now, the nice thing about the pickaxe is I'm actually able to place dirt with it, which I didn't know. I was actually trying to close a door, and I managed to place down a piece of dirt on accident. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I think that places some cool stuff. And so it does. It places down dirt whenever you click with it. And I did not search for the special ability. Let's see. It doesn't say there, but I'm pretty sure it does have a special ability. And if I actually wanted to, you can add some modifiers to these tools, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and take a piece of lapis just so I can show you guys. And as you see, I have lapis, and you can place lapis right here, I believe. Let's see. How does this work? Trying to remember. I think you can place your tool right there and then the lapis right there, and what it will do is it will, let's see, durability, mining speed. I honestly don't know what it does. Let's see. Oh, it has luck. So it basically, you are able to enchant your things just by placing that on there. Now, obviously, you can't do normal things. As you see there, you can't really repair normal things or anything like that, but only Tinker's Construct items, which is actually pretty dang cool. So let's see what this will add, and I'm believing that it's luck as well. Yeah, so you're adding luck to it, and I think luck is like Tinker's Construct version of getting like diamonds or more diamonds and stuff like that. So now we have ourselves an axe, and I'm actually going to run over, and we plan on chopping down some wood, and by chopping down the wood, we'll also be able to smelt it down or extract it, depending on how much rubber we are able to get. And these trees I was actually able to find rather quickly. All I had to do was run over here, and I was able to find some. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they are over here. And the reason I ran over here in the first place is because if you look on your mini-map, it actually looks like there's a few rubber trees right about where I am, but it's actually that one. And so I just kept running, and I'm like, you know what, where the heck are these trees? And actually, here are a few of the Mine Factory Reloaded trees. Now, these trees are really super good for rubber because every single piece of wood that you chop, you're actually getting a piece, and we got a sapling there, so I don't really have to chop all of these down. If I really didn't want to, I could just go crazy like I did with the other, and we could actually just go ahead and start ourselves a farm out of these trees very quickly. Now, I do like bone meal, but not anymore, because bone meal is kind of, I don't know, it made me angry earlier, because I was trying to bone meal a tree, and it was like, you know what, I'm not going to cooperate with you. So, yeah, that's why I don't like bone meal anymore. I don't know. Let's see. So, there should actually be a few rubber trees nearby other than these. I'm not exactly sure where they are, so I might have to find them like off screen, but I think we do have enough rubber now just to go ahead and get started with the things I'd like to make in particular, because I want a bat box. An electric furnace wouldn't be bad, a macerator would be nice, and all of those things, because we really need to get started with some of the advanced stuff. Now, I know it's only episode 2, but obviously we're going to be doing some pretty sweet stuff. And the earlier that we're able to get these machines, that would be awesome. So let's go ahead, and I don't want to make that leap because I'm not exactly sure if I can make it. You know what? Let's try it. Oh, we made it. Okay, so, yeah, I really don't want to get started with all that technical stuff just because, you know, we're only on whatever episode. I did actually make some shears to take some leaves off of that tree, and I was thinking I was going to get some saplings, but I only got about 3, which was kind of sad, but oh well. Let's go ahead and split this up about like, why did I do that? I did not mean to do that. Let's go ahead and split it up like that, and then I should be able to split that one more time, and then throw that in there as well. Let's also take some of this, and there we go. So we should have enough rubber just to get started while that cooks up. So let's go ahead and grab our copper, and let's grab our rubber bars and sprint over to here, and what we should be able to do is use these rubber bars that were cooked out of this raw rubber, and we should be able to place this on copper, just like so. Now, as you see, we have ourselves some copper cables, and we are going to need a few more of those, which is going to be a pain throughout the series until we get an extractor, and the extractor is going to relieve that stress just a little bit. But for now, what I'm going to do is run over and grab ourselves our tin, and I thought that was tin. They change the colors of these all the time, and it's like, which one is the tin? I don't know. Alright, so there is 2, and I do not have any redstone on me. Now, what we're making now is actually going to be RE batteries. Now, RE batteries can basically store some energy inside of them, but basically what we're going to be using them for is for storing energy, not only, but we're also going to be placing it into a much larger circuit kind of thing, and using that, we are going to be able to store a large amount of energy. You guys will see what I'm talking about here in a sec. So, did I not grab the redstone? I thought I did. Let's see, redstone. Alright, so redstone goes in the middle. Let's go ahead and split that. And we're going to need about 3 of these. So let's just go ahead and say 1, 2, and 3. You know what? Let's make about 4, I'm thinking. And 4 should be good. So now that we have 4 of those, what we're going to do is grab ourselves, I believe it's planks, but if it's not, then I can go ahead and grab some more stuff. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and I think something goes right there. Let me go ahead and make sure. It's been a while since I've made this, just because these things aren't really the things that you're going to be using much later in the game, but for the time being, they're definitely the things that we are going to be using. I always forget how to spell that as well. So yeah, the copper cable goes on top, not on the bottom. Let's go ahead and place that there, and we have ourselves a bat box. Now, the problem with having a bat box this early is you really don't have anything to use that bat box for. So that's no big deal. Let's just go ahead and dig a hole in this wall right here, and we can go ahead and wire some things up if we wanted to, but currently we have nothing to wire up. So let's go ahead and place our bat box. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I'm thinking we're going to dig down one more, And let's go ahead and say right here, let's make sure that we are facing the proper way. As you see, the way that you are facing, or the opposite of the way you're facing, is the way the yellow dot is going to be facing. Now, you want that yellow dot to be facing the way that you want the power to be output, and out there is, I'm believing, where I'm going to be placing the stuff. So, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to go ahead and build ourselves a generator, but I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and do that next episode because we are running out of time, and I'm actually about to record some walls with some of the other YouTube people that I'm paired up with and some stuff, so you may be seeing some walls up in a little bit if we actually end up recording. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and hit that like button down below, as well as hit that subscribe button if you are not yet subscribed. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been PG Mining 10, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.